Good morning, very beautiful and profitable traders. Welcome to the very last London session for the week. Today being the 14th of June 2024. You're all welcome and such a pleasure to have everyone around. Right, so during my own session of this London session, I will be analyzing the XY, GU, and Euro USD. Right after me, I will be having, or rather, we will be having Lekon, the Gold Master, analyzing the gold and the yen basket, right? Good morning, everyone, again. So before we head straight to the analysis for today, please kindly share the link with everyone on your contacts list, be it WhatsApp, Facebook, Telegram, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and what have you. Kindly spread the news with everyone. And we did have a swell time yesterday with Sammy Matt. If you were not around for the TDA yesterday, rather market color yesterday, you missed out on a lot. You can actually catch up by going to our YouTube channel, watch the recap of yesterday's analysis with Sammy Matt. Right, so before we continue, I'll be giving us 30 seconds to share the link on our various social media platforms. And right after that, we will be back for the analysis. Thank you all as we share the link. Good morning. Welcome back again. All right, so to the XY on a monthly time frame, we can actually see that price is to the upside, breaking higher, forming higher highs and higher lows. And what did we see price do? We saw price tap into this fair value gap on a monthly time frame and sold off, right? But price did return to this other block on our monthly time frame, and there was some sort of reaction from the region on our monthly time frame. And for our weekly time frame, we can actually see that price is to the upside, breaking higher, right? And I'm just going to plot my fib on this swing. Right, so price got to 38.2% fib level. It held at that point, and price is pushing to the upside on our weekly time frame. And for our daily time frame, I'm just going to plot from point A to point B. And what did we see price do? We saw price retracing into 61.8% fib level and pushed up to that side. And what we're seeing is price is buying to the upside on our daily time frame. And for our 4-hour time frame, for a long time, we had the incentive that price was going to buy once price taps into this other block on our 4-hour time frame. And price really tapped into it. Price is to the upside. Price is buying. Once price got to this 61, to this other block on our 4-hour time frame, price started tending to the upside on our 4-hour time frame. And for our 1-hour time frame too, what are we seeing price do? Price is to the upside. The overall trend is to the upside. And price tapped into this other block on our 1 hour and is tending to the upside, buying with so much zest, right? So I saw something very interesting while I was analyzing right before this moment, right? On our 15-minute time frame, I saw something, right? There's a shoulder here, there's a sweep. It's not so clear, but right? Expect that price should tap into this shoulder and keep buying to the upside on the XY. For Euro USD on a monthly time frame, we can see that price to the downside, breaking price to the downside, breaking lower, forming lower lows and lower highs. And on our weekly time frame, what are we seeing? Price is to the downside, very obvious to the blind. And I'm just going to plot my fib from point A to point B. Right, price tapped into 61.8% fib level on our monthly time frame, and price is selling to the downside on our monthly time frame. And for our daily time frame too, we can see some sort of bearishness on our daily time frame. And we're just going to plot our fib from point A to point B, right? Price got to 78.6% fib level, and which is a good place for price to hold and tank to the downside on our monthly time frame. And for our 4-hour time frame, what did we see price do? Saw some sort of a sweep of diagonal liquidity, and price eventually took out this low on our 4-hour time frame, right? Price broke lower. And what did we see price do? We saw price creating fair value gaps. There's a fair value gap here that price tapped into and sold all the way down. And while price was selling all the way down, it created an IOFED, which is a fair value gap to your right and to your left. And we expect that price should get magnetized to this IOFED before continuing its sell to the downside. So there should be some sort of a retracement into this RFED for price to continue selling to the downside. It's pretty much the same thing for our 1-hour time frame. There's a sweep of this diagonal liquidity and a break of this low, right, to the downside. Price tapping into this fair value gap on our 1-hour time frame and selling all the way to the downside. So I'm expecting a sort of retracement into this RFED on our 4-hour time frame. And then I'd go back to my 1-hour time frame for my entry technique after price has retraced and I see a base resistance being formed with continuation. I will head down to my 5-minute time frame, look out for my bearish variation, and I will be taking the sell for Euro USD. So my bias for Euro USD this morning is a sell after this retracement into the IOFED on our 4-hour time frame. Then down to GU. What are we seeing on GU? On our monthly time frame, GU is to the downside, very obvious, breaking lower, right? The trend is to the downside. And for our weekly time frame, price is also to the downside. I'm just going to plot my fib on this swing from point A to point B. And what did we see price do? We saw price retracing into this fib level, 78.6% fib level, and it's looking as if price is holding. And for our daily time frame, right, price is actually to the downside and this retracement is to the upside. What did we see price doing? I expect some sort of a reaction when price taps into this resistance, right? Price actually tapped into it and there's a reaction from this level to the downside. And where do I see price coming into? There's an IOFED here. I expect that price should sell all the way into this IOFED and eventually take out this low on our daily time frame. For our 4-hour time frame, the overall trend is to the downside. But this corrective move is to the upside, and we saw price tapping into this resistance level, and it is, selling to the downside. But when will I be comfortable taking this sell? Because I haven't really seen some sort of break of structure to the downside. I'll be waiting for price to at least take out this low on a 4-hour time frame before I will be confident to take this sell, right? I need to see some sort of a break of this low before I take my sell to the downside. If that doesn't happen, I'm just going to fold my arms and wait. I saw something very interesting on our 1-hour time frame. From our higher time frames, we are having a sell bias, but there is a box here, a box strategy here, shoulder, right? Sweep, break, return into the shoulder. GU may go to the upside from this level, but there's also something called the box pattern failure. But if price goes up from this side, we have seen what to push price to the upside, because we haven't really seen a clear break of structure on our 4-hour time frame. And what we're seeing on our 1-hour time frame is the box strategy to the upside. So we'll just wait and see what price does on GU, right? I have a buy bias and a sell bias. A sell bias if price breaks the structure on our 4-hour time frame, and a buy bias when price taps into the shoulder and buys to the upside, right? Are we together? And please, if you have any question, any opinion, a contrary bias, please kindly type in the chat box before I leave our presence. All right, I'm still waiting for our questions before we have Lekon appear before us for his analysis today. Okay, CG respecting rules from left. All right. Thank you for that. Okay, for the XY, how about the other side? Okay, let me see that. Are you talking about this fair value gap, this RFED here? Well, it wasn't respected because, of course, we're expecting some sort of a reaction when price gets into this region to push price up. But just like I said, I think price is coming for this shoulder on our 1-hour time frame, right? So let's wait and see what price does when price gets to this shoulder on our 1-hour time frame. Okay, the XY on 4-hour time frame. Let us check it out. Okay, Mr. Oni, I'm on the 4-hour time frame. Can you tell me what you're seeing? Okay, 1.0, 105.25. Okay, let's just wait and see what price does, right? So that would be the end of my session. I will be calling on Lekon to take a session right after this brief break. Cheers and God bless.
Yeah, it's a great morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Market Color brought to you by the Value Trading Team and powered by our preferred broker, Okta. And this morning, we'll be going straight into the analysis of what we have, particularly for the precious metal and the yen basket and other yen-related pairs. All right, Mr. Okonkwo, good morning. Good morning. Mr. Luashe, good morning. Now, great one this morning. And as yesterday, I believe every one of us, we had a very deep insight into the market from my dear great master and also a mentor to Sammy Matt. Yesterday was a very great time, when he was giving us some deep insights about some, analysis on the precious metal, which is gold. So this morning, we'll be going into the analysis again once more and to see where exactly we're seeing price going today and into next week. What are we expecting to see on the precious metal? Now, if you look at the precious metal right from even from monthly, weekly time frame, is being a clear bullish bull run all the way to the upside. And right now on the daily time frame, we are seeing some big level of market structure, a range, particularly if you look at it from this particular zone, where I believe everyone can see my screen. From this particular zone, you can see that it's more of a range. However, if you look at the last swing, that is this particular move to the upside, and we can see a pulse pattern formed, particularly this level here, which is the shoulder, and price came, tap into it, and collapsed to the downside. So that is telling us something happening on the precious metal. However, yesterday we had a session with the FS Bootcamp students, and we were analyzing the precious metal together. And one of the things we concluded at that session was that looking at this last swing, I take this particular move from this low here, from the 1990 level to this 2046 level at this high. I am taking it as a swing. Now, that is why you can see the Fibonacci being drawn on that particular swing. Now, look at it that way. And reason why I took that is, before price got to this particular low, we can see this has been a very strong resistance. If you can go back more in time for the precious metal, you see that since 2023, even up to 2020, this has been a very strong resistance for the precious metal. Now, after this year, early this year, January, you can see even since December last year, it also tapped into it. And I remember last year we were looking at how it just used a week to break out and close below that resistance again. And now from a very long range, as you can all see here. And this year at March 2024, March 4th particularly, we can see the level of the breakout of that long resistance. Price broke out of it to the upside. Now, when it broke out of it to the upside, we did not see any form of retracement until just around, some levels here, and it's just a little range to the upside again. And that is what we've been seeing. And I still remember early this January, we have a mail sent out saying that we are expecting the precious metal to long to the 24,000 level, 2,400 level rather, and that is what actually played out. So the move that broke out of that range is what I did the Fibonacci, and as you can all see on the charts looking at that level when you do that. So the moment we begin to see some level of all we are waiting for, like Boss also said yesterday, liquidity resting below here. The moment these levels, you can see these lows here, the very strong support 1, 2, 3. The moment this level is being broken to the downside, anytime we see it broken to the downside and price, pull back into this level here, leaving some, entry signature around this zone. The moment we just see this level broken, then we want to short gold all the way to this at least 61% fib level this place or 78% fib level. So that is going to be the level we'll be shorting it to. But now let's quickly look at the intraday analysis. What is really going on intraday for the precious metal? Now, if you look at it on the 4-hour time frame, you are going to see just a quick one. On the 4-hour time frame, we have a lot of POI that we mark initially. First being this shoulder, after we see the sweep and the forceful break, price just came nearly into it and we're going to sell forcefully to the downside. And after selling, one thing about the boss strategy is that when the long-term entries is not playing out inside, it creates an intra-market entry for you. Like inside the same market, it's create that for you, and you can see it creates another shoulder here from the 4-hour time frame, and we're still expecting price to rally all the way. And this is even more of a shoulder to all this range you see, and price clear it, broke it all the way to the downside. So that is why the analysis for this week, we're expecting the precious metal to long all the way. You can still see the mark up there, all the way to this upside and tap into this shoulder level, like you can all see here. And you can see the fair value gap and even a flip zone around this level. I think everyone can see that. This is the flip zone around this level, and that is where we are expecting the precious metal to long into. And we see it did some level of, that move to that level there. But when it gets to this place, now I got an insight from yesterday's class from Samimat, and also when Boss was doing his own analysis too. And maybe moving forward next week, I will share that with us why I have this particular line here staying here, and that is exactly where the precious metal turned all the way to the downside. Now, moving forward today, what exactly should we expect in this London session? I think we should see that on the 1-hour time frame. So if you look at the 1-hour time frame, we are seeing more like a shoulder printing already. We already see this. Can you see? You can see a break to the downside of this particular low. This is the origin of the sweep. We've seen a break to the downside. However, inside of it again, we still see a level of, can you see this shoulder here? Let me zoom out so we all can see clearly. This is it here. Now we can all see, and that is exactly where the precious metal is rallying into currently now. So this is more like our entry is about to play out. Now you can see what is happening here, and that is exactly what is going on. I want to see some level of short when price enter into this POI. So let's go to 15 minutes to see if we're going to find clean. Good. You can see what is happening on the 15-minute time frame. So if you want to refine it more, knowing fully well that price has heightened, there is probability, not even very sure, that price is going to clear this high you are seeing here this week here. So when price clears that level, so I'm going to refine into this particular zone here, and I'm expecting price to tap into this level here. When price gets to that place, then we follow it all the way to the downside. Just give it a shot. Now this is going to be the entry. Now you may want to have your first entry, and your SL will be above this week here. That's about almost 80 pips. Now 80 pips on precious metal, you know how it's going to deliver now is nothing. And if you are the type that has, you can't wait for price to get to this particular level, you may want to enter your own first position right about now where price is currently now. You just put in one leg and keep your remaining 3 legs, because in this market, if you work with 2 legs, you may end up being paralyzed. You get point now. So just work with your 4 legs. So put in 1 leg right now, then when price gets to this zone, you can add some other legs into it but make sure you trade cautiously. You can use your proper risk management strategy. So where would be our target? Our target will be yesterday's low, which is this particular level in here. All right, that would be our first take profit, which is about 1:3. All right, so that is the first entry for gold, one at this point, while the other one at this level. Let me mark it again. For venture, you want to do this one, and they have the same stop loss level. Does that make sense now? So currently, this is the first one here where price tap. So that particular zone where price tap, and the SL will still be 1:3 below, far below down. All right. So while the second one is where price will be here. Let me just zoom this here. So this is the first one. This is the second one. So if you want to do that, now you may be that person that wants to refine all the way to the dearest minimum. What's going on? Dearest minimum, minimum. Now, if you are the type that still wants to refine all the way, then you may want to come to this 5-minute IOFPD, like you can see here. That is what is happening. You can see this IOFPD here. Price may still have high tendency of coming into this 5-minute IOFPD, knowing fully well that this is our shoulder. And reason why I'm saying price has high tendency of where it is right now to start selling, because of this split zone. You can see this split zone here. I think that is where price reacted from. Great, exactly. That is where price reacted from. But if you are waiting for price to still make one more move to the upside, that will be inside this IOFPD here. Can you see it here? So this will be another level again if you want to, short the precious metal for this London session. That will be inside there. So now we have like 3 entries: refine, refine, and refine. That is 3 legs out of your 4 legs. Make sure you still keep 1 leg so that you'll be able to walk during the New York session. All right, so that's on lighter mode. Now let's quickly take a look at the yen basket. What's going on the yen basket and the yen correlated pairs? That is our analysis for the precious metal this London session. Now for the yen basket, if you look at it on the daily time frame, like we've always said, on the daily time frame, look at it's just building liquidity below here. And this was actually our analysis on Monday, that we expected to short little bit to this downside, clearing liquidity below here and begin to long all the way to the upside. And you can see what is actually happening right now. We can see price actually played out that, and even it already cleared liquidity today, early hours of today, it already cleared liquidity. So I'm still of the opinion and of high probability that yen basket should still, as it clear liquidity here, we can see it start moving all the way to the upside. I'm actually anticipating the long of the yen basket. All right. Now, and you can see that's what is playing out right now. And this is more of the entry as we analyze, knowing the world that we have an order block and we have shoulder here, and we expect it to start, longing from this particular level, of which we see that week. The week on yen basket is all will make you weak. You'll get that now. So that's why you see this week came here all the way to clear this low. Meaning, if you are just having your stop loss below here, the price action of yen this morning will have weakened you. All right, but that's not that way. And just let's see how price reacts back to the upside, knowing fully well that we are still very much bullish. We want to see my bias is still very much bullish for the yen basket because of the long sell we've seen so far. Now let's quickly take a look at the yen correlated pair, GJ. Now for GJ, now yesterday we were actually looking at the analysis of yesterday, and one of the things we concluded was that if you look at it on the monthly time frame, there's actually some levels on the monthly time frame that I am still of the opinion that GJ may likely still rally into, which is this monthly order block and or 50% of this fair value gap as we are seeing here. So if you measure the 50% of this fair value gap, that's going to be somewhere around this place. I just use a psychological level to if you measure it truly 50% between this level and this, that should come so somewhere around this place. Now, this is where I am still looking at that GJ may still push a little bit to the upside too. And if it pushes a little bit to this place, you may see some level of that sell starting from this place. But if it doesn't respect the 50% big level of this fair value gap, then it's going to target this monthly order block, and that is a very big confluence for the Great British Pound. All right. So let's quickly take a look at it on the daily time frame. Look at it on the daily time frame. It's still very much bullish all the way to the upside. Very bullish to the upside. Has not given any structure to the downside. Any structure you have seen to the downside is just going to be a very small one time frame, just for you to catch your 60, 50 pips and go. But if you truly want to, ride it all the way, then it's going to be a long one. All right, look at it on the 4-hour time frame too, is still very much bullish to the upside. As a matter of fact, is giving some kind of bullish move to this place. Yes, this is one. You can see our price rally all the way to the upside again here. So another one on 4-hour time frame is this, knowing fully well that we still rally all the way to the upside. So if we see it pull back to this particular zone here, then we can just follow it to the upside. You can see what is happening here. So price may just come all the way to this level, and what you just want to see is price getting to that zone. Your SL will be somewhere below here. That's about 40, 45 pips, and your TP would be that's our POI there. We are waiting for it to get to on the monthly time frame, that 50% pip level of the fair value gap. Now, if you look at it on the 1-hour time frame, what is really going on? Great. Look at what is happening on the 1-hour time frame. That means we can still refine this our entry on the 1-hour time frame, because this here is the shoulder. Can you see the shoulder here? So your SL will just be less than, your SL will just be 30 pips. Yes, this is just 30 pips SL. So when GJ reverses back somewhere around this level here, we can look for entry just to long it back to that level we are expecting it to get to, because we already see our structure formed already. But make sure it clears this liquidity around here. Yes, make sure price does that. When price does this, clear liquidity here, then this should, I believe, it should hold, and we can follow it all the way to the upside. Now that is for GJ. Probably someone wants to still refine to the barest minimum, the lower frame, maybe 15 minutes. And if you look at 15 minutes, clean. That's great. We can even see some level of confluence on the 15-minute time frame that price will get into. This is our shoulder. This is IOFED. You can see it very clear, although tiny. You can see it fair value gap here, fair value gap here. When price comes all the way tap into this level, so just shift your entry into that IOFED. All right, great. So let your entry be inside it. So good. When price gets to that level, then you can easily long it all the way to the upside. So that is that for the yen correlated pairs and also the precious metal. If there's any question, just let us know. Let me know so that we can quickly address it as fast as possible. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Lekon, and good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone on the floor. How are we all doing today? I want to just speak to what you have said with regard to the yen pairs. For some days now, since the start of the month of June, the bonds, some of you who know how we use bonds on our trading floor for our trading strategy, we have been seeing a rally in bonds, And usually when bonds start rallying to the upside, over time, they tend to drag the Japanese yen with them. All right, there's what we call the 30-year Japanese government bonds, JGB. All right, I'll just touch on this. It's a nugget I gave you, those of you who are listening. And it's usually a front runner of what will happen to the yen and the yen basket. All right. So since the start of the month of June, we have been seeing some serious demand upside on that. And that should spill over into the yen and cause the yen to rally a bit. So let's see yen basket. I'm saying this because in the course of the month of June, okay, exactly. So it has tapped into it, and all the correlated assets, zoom in, all the correlated assets, you can see what has happened, the place we marked. Price has tapped into it and it has come out. All the correlated assets are suggesting that the yen wants to rally a bit. If that happens, on GBP, JPY, don't be surprised if we see a sharp move to the downside. Let's see Euro JPY, let's see USD JPY. Let's see Euro JPY, let's see USD JPY. Let's see Euro JPY, Euro JPY. I'm saying this because this is going to be a fundamental play. Exactly. On the daily. This is going to be a fundamental play. Zoom in, please. Zoom in a bit. Okay. Do you see how price went all the way up? Grab that liquidity. Look at the high. It cleared the liquidity. That double, yes, that base, twin tower resistance, another twin tower resistance. So if that's the shoulder, right? If that is the shoulder and the other one at 158 levels, the one in the month of, no, all the way to the, exactly, that high, exactly. You draw a line there. If that is the shoulder, then that means where the candle, where USD JPY closes today, no, not that high, the one below it, the one below it, not that high, the equal highs, exactly. Exactly, you can take, exactly. So do you see what price did? Price cleared liquidity above it. So if USD JPY is unable to close above that level, that means that is a shoulder and this is a sweep. Let's come to the 4 hour. Let's come to the 4 hour. Let's come to the 4 hour. The level we marked. Exactly. So if price closes below, you see the diagonal liquidity. So intraday, I'm looking that today is going to be a slight rally of gold. Not even that diagonal liquidity. That's a major diagonal liquidity. Before that one, there's a diagonal liquidity at 157. Exactly. There's that diagonal liquidity. Zoom in, please. Make sure you pay attention to the concepts we mention all the time. There's, same I'm on the call. There's diagonal liquidity. Just give me a few minutes. There's diagonal liquidity there. And then there's horizontal liquidity, that double bottom there at the base of the diagonal liquidity. And there's a fair value gap and an IOFED. So mark that IOFED. There's a fair value gap to the left. You can see the red candle. There's a fair value gap to the right. So draw a rectangle there. Exactly. And see the diagonal liquidity and see the fair value gap. So we are expecting to see USD JPY come at least down to that level. And if it closes within that region, because all the correlated assets for the yen are going up, the yen too will go up, and USD JPY may likely come down. So this is how you frame your mindset as a trader. Remember, this is not about signals. Signals are for those who pay the deposit $100 and in their Optaya account. You are looking for sweeps, run of liquidity, where it sweeps liquidity on the upside, it grabs liquidity, then it comes back to take internal liquidity, which is diagonal liquidity, equal highs, equal lows, which is horizontal liquidity, that straight line liquidity or slanting liquidity, and then fair value gaps. Now, if a fair value gap is now opposite each other, one to the left, one to the right, that's an IOFED. That's a liquidity level that price will most likely target. That's why intraday, we're looking to see buys on gold and sells on USD JPY. I'm already in a buy on gold at one. My buy was at 2316 with my stop at 2313 spot 50. Before that, I had a sell at 2310, but I got stopped out at 2313. And when yes, 2316, where is it? If you put this on the 15 minutes, you also note that it's some sort of box failure. Put it on the 15 minutes. Some sort of box failure. So it's tapping into there. And I'm expecting that because of the selling pressure on USD JPY, it may tap and go up a bit more. But I entered at 2316. And if you look at it well, you will know why I entered at 2316. Zoom in a bit. Do you see that shoulder? Do you see that sweep? That's my shoulder exactly. Those two are my shoulder. That's my sweep. Break of structure to the downside. Price got to 2313 levels. I hit a sell there. And I saw that the sell wasn't going anywhere. Rather, the sell broke to the upside. I got stopped out. Then I followed it to the upside. Also because of what you showed there, Lekon, that there's a higher level that it's going for right there. Okay, so that's my commentary for today. With regard to the dollar, we want to see the dollar sell off a bit, but attention is now moving to the yen. Attention is now moving to the yen. CPI has come out, FOMC has come out, so attention is shifting now to the yen. Another hint for you guys, XXX CHF pairs, XXX CHF pairs, that's USD CHF, CAD CHF, you may want to look at those pairs. Attention is gradually shifting to the safe haven pairs, and there are three of them, the dollar, the yen, and the Swiss franc. So this is my commentary for today. Over to you guys on the floor, chairs, and God bless. If you have questions for me, please type, I'll answer. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you very much,
another
sir.
thing. We would like your feedback on how you would want the market color to go. We are doing it to serve you, especially those of you who show up day in, day out. If you want specific commentary, you can type it today. We'll look into it for tomorrow, all right? If you have things you want us to give you clarity on, please type it here, send it as a question, and we'll address it in tomorrow. Sorry, not tomorrow, Monday's market color. Thank you, guys. Over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. That's a very great one, and I believe everyone we've all gotten value for our time this morning. So this is going to be the end of the London session of the Market Color, brought to you by the Value Flow Trading Team and powered by our preferred broker, Opta. And remember, for those who want to join the recap of the boss strategy today, we are having a recap of the boss strategy by 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Now, this particular recap is especially for the volunteers who volunteered for our Traders Bootcamp in the city of Abuja 2 or 3 weeks ago now. So that they are the one we are having this for, but we are making it open for those who want to join. But there is a criteria for you to join the recap of the boss strategy training, and it's free. Just that if you want to join, it's free only for our volunteers. If you want to join the recap, what you need to do is make sure you create an account, sign up your account with Opta using our link. You are going to see it in the chat box. Make sure you sign up your account with Opta, create account with Opta and fund. But make sure you create first. We want to see that, okay, you have an account with Opta. Majorly, that is what we want to see. And also, if you want to get after you create the account, send the screenshot of your dashboard on Okta website to us, and making sure that you registered using our link. Peradventure, you already have an account with Okta before. All you need to do is send them a request that you want to change your IB to our IB link. So send the request to them and they will attend to you as fast as possible. You do that before the class. And when you're done with that, just send a screenshot of your trading platform, like not empty for this time around, but your dashboard on Okta website. Send it to us on Telegram using the link in the chat below. You are going to see everything there. So make sure you send it there. When you send it, we are going to send the link to the first strategy recap with our volunteers to you, and you too, you can have the opportunity to have the recap with them once again. So we meet again 3 p.m. for the New York session, New York recap of the market color. Make sure you trade cautiously, use your proper risk management strategy, and don't over leverage. Don't raise them today not Friday. What you made from Monday to Friday, make sure you withdraw today again. All right. Thank you. Cheers and God bless. See you by 3 p.m. I'm Lekmoshe. Cheers.